Okay. Don't be harassing me. Have a go live now. I wish I could also go live on Instagram at the same time. Oh, actually, maybe I literally can. Oh, I'm so hungry. Yafa, those are one quiet. She's quiet, baby. Yafa, I literally, Yafa, I literally just did all the things that I could ever do for you. Okay, guys, 1 second. I want to see. Can I do this? Can I send the live studio to Instagram too? Okay, hold on. Yafa, girl, why you crying, girl? Girl. What you want, baby girl? Okay. See, I'm doing the most right now. Okay, I'm just can I do this? Okay. Can I do this? Hey Indigo. My chat box is not coming up. I wanted to actually see really quick. Edit destinations. Let me just see something real quick because I wonder if I can go. Can this go to Instagram? Oh no, it can't. Okay, cool. I thought I was missing out on this special thing. Okay, hi guys. Just bear with me 1 second, please. I need to check something. Why is my live chat not showing up right here? Oh, I guess I'm gonna have to like navigate this in a different way. Okay. Hey Kimberly, hey Bonita, hey Wayne. Hey guys, thanks so much for showing up. This is gonna be a super fast, super random live. I am still not feeling that great, but that's okay because we're gonna make it do what it do. So let me also just bear with me too as well because I just literally put this together randomly. So I kind of have some notes from my notepad as well as my notes from the computer. And I'm just really tired. So yeah, but I'm excited, okay? Oh my gosh, Cass, yes, you are like my nature girl. You're out there gardening and making tea. Hi, Lashonda. Hi, Tamika. Hi, everybody. Hi, Lisa. Hi, everybody. So I'm really excited. I'm gonna start in just a few minutes. Hopefully I can kind of get my chat on my computer to show up. If not, it's all good. We can do what it do. Yeah, guys, I'm excited. I really wasn't expecting I mean, I knew what I did work, but I really wasn't expecting it that fast. And I say that too, especially being in the space that I'm in. I don't have things that are super cheap. And for someone to feel like they trust me enough to purchase from me means a lot every single time. And I always get freaked out because I'm always like, I just want to make sure that if someone's going to give me, even if it's $1, I want to make sure that they're going to get like the best, whatever it is I'm selling. And so the fact that people are buying things from me, upwards sometimes of $1,000, and I'm like, you don't even know me. I mean, like, I'm gonna do right by you, but it's like it just blows my mind. It's just so crazy. So I just really kind of love this experience, and I'm definitely a lifelong student. So a lot of the stuff that I'm teaching, I really go through and make sure that um, I'm learning it as in depth as I possibly can so that I can also share this with others too, so that they can use that because that's my thing. I always said, um, you know, I don't want to be at the top by myself. Like when I actually had my old company. Hey Ambrian, so Ambrian girl, she is in the program. Yes, girl. Hey Wayne. So Natoya, yes, girl. I literally almost made today almost $2,000 and I just hit 300 followers on Instagram. Okay. So I'm just really still in shock because I'll tell you why. Yes, Wayne, exactly. But that's what I'm saying. It's so crazy because I'm like, how do you even like me already? But so yeah, and when I actually had my old company, which was a software app, oh, girl, it was popping, man. We were doing like 80 grand a month. And it was just amazing and it was crazy. But I had like two of my best friends, they were struggling and they were just going through stuff. And I literally gave them an exact carbon copy of my business, down to my processes, my strategies, my workflows, my everything. I made a copy and I said, huh, here you go. And they took it and made their own version of it because I said there's room for everybody in the market and you're never going to take away from me. And also, I'm not going to be the only one over here like trying to go out to eat and nobody can come with me. So I'm always trying to figure out ways to help everybody grow. So let's get it popping. My chat's working, so I'm gonna take down my other chat um, and open up my notes real quick. So yeah, just bear with me, guys. I just totally made this random last minute. I just kind of wrote everything together, so I don't necessarily have a true outline. And let's get started. Okay, so basically, guys, yeah, I'm gonna have to keep updating this thing because I cannot keep up with the demand. Okay. Hi, Justin. Thanks for joining. Kimberly, is this service-based businesses or work for product? It works for products and services too, Kimberly. Okay. So you just have to, you would just adjust your strategy for the products if that's the what you're selling. Okay. So yeah, I've actually am not able to keep up with the demand. I literally have over like 400 responses that I need to get back to. Um, and I can't. I'm like I said, I'm still sick and I'm just barely hanging on today. But that's how crazy this went. Okay, so right now we're probably almost at 2K because I haven't been able to, like I said, get back to people's questions so that they can purchase. Okay, so basically, how I made over 1K on a brand new page with only right now, I think we just hit 300 followers. And I started the page last night at 10 o'clock. Okay. And again, we're gonna talk about my secret to sell without being salesy, okay? Because I have not even I didn't even do anything. Okay. So just a quick little hello. I know this a lot of you are new. Definitely ain't turning on my camera today. I look so crazy. I don't even know what I look like anymore. I didn't even think I can brush my hair today. But I'm Terry. That's me and Yafa. That's Yafa. She's over here crying because she wants to. I don't know what she want to do. She want to do something. But I have been in business for over the last 13 years. I've had multiple seven-figure businesses, really honestly selling Instagram services, whether I had an influencer app, I had an automation app. Hey, Fonda. And I used to be a blogger. I had a vegan food blog. Hi, Lori. And I am a Yorkie mom. So I know that I have my mompreneurs in here, but I'm a doggy mom. I'm Team Gryffindor. So if anybody saw that Harry Potter special reunion, don't spoil it for me yet because I haven't seen it. And yes, I'm half Korean. So I'm half Korean, half Black. I love anything Korean food, love anything soul food. So yes, that's me in a nutshell. Okay. So let's get right up into this training. So if you don't know me, yes, Cass, Team Gryffindor. Okay. I like to have trainings where I actually teach you something because I hate wasting time, and I've watched like hundreds of trainings because I'm always learning shit, and I just hate where it's just like they tell me something and they tell me nothing. So I'm definitely not one of those instructors. You're actually gonna learn some things that you can use, okay? And there'll also be a replay. So Yes. Yes, Natoya. So there's gonna be a replay, so you'll be able to go back. So if you don't have any the ability to take notes right now, don't worry, okay? So before I actually get into what I did on the page, I want to talk about what I did before I started the page, okay? Because this is the most important aspect of it. And no matter, and I'm going to say this, and you can probably find other experts will say this too. If your foundation isn't set up correctly, nothing is going to work, okay? This is not just for Instagram. This is for any business that you're doing, any strategy in the business that you're doing, okay? Like you have to have a solid foundation. And Instagram is like many platforms within one platform, but it's also a tool. So if you, like they say, if you don't have a plan, then you plan to fail, okay? So you have to have a plan and you have to have your foundation right, all right? So when it comes to your foundation, it starts with your audience. So correct targeting. Who is your a buyer persona, your demographic, your ideal customer, whatever you want to call it, your follower. It all starts there. Yes, you have your business, but you need the customers. So everything needs to essentially serve the customer while supporting the narrative of your business, okay? So the first thing is correct targeting. And I'm going to actually break each one of these down because, again, this is the most important part because I don't want you to be like, okay, guys, so like I put up a bio, I put some highlights and some content, and like, boom, it works. Like, because then you're like, well, why doesn't it work for me? I got to tell you what I did before. Okay. Then the next thing is a clear, well defined bio. Okay. Your bio is not a willy nilly place. Okay. Remember, everything is strategy and everything. I like to call it quality intention. Okay. Because again, it's not about the number of followers you have, it's not about the number of posts, it's not about how much you're doing, right? Because, like, how many of us are doing a bunch of stuff and we're doing nothing? Okay. So it's about anything that you do, it needs to be intentional and it needs to be of quality. Okay. So drop a quality in the comments if you definitely agree with that. All right. So clear, well defined bio. And what does a bio need? And what is the point of a bio? Okay. And again, guys, when we're trying to do a business, like you got to learn all these little details, okay? Because they are there to serve a purpose. And I promise you, once you learn it, this is how you get these results, okay? So then the third part of this is relevant and cohesive content, okay? Your first 9 squares, which is just like the first 9 photos that people are going to see, need to be the most impactful. All right. Because with all the information overload that people are experiencing on a daily basis in their lives, we are now have our attention span reduced to a goldfish. So you want to make sure you are capturing people um, with quality. So again, it's not about stuffing a whole bunch of content. It's about content that's actually relevant, that matters, and also again adjusting it for what your platform is. Okay. So this is Instagram. And then of course not missing out on highlights to tell more of your story because if they're not going to die, especially if you have like a bunch of posts, people are not going to go through all that stuff. Okay. So there's actually ways to evergreen your posts, which you can use IG guides and stuff, but I'm not going to get too much into that. But highlights are a good way for people to get quick bite information and understand who you are without having to go through and dive through your posts. Like when someone then goes through and if you can nail your bio, like the first visual, okay, boom, they're like, yeah, bet I like this. And then like you nail your highlights and they go through them, then more than likely they're going to start reading your content. And that's really a high level follower. Okay. That's a really engaged follower. All right. Okay, cool. Sorry. I got to keep track of my notes. Okay. So let's start with the correct targeting. And, that's is with your buyer personas. And you can call them whatever you want, buyer personas, ideal audience, ideal customer, follower, demographic, whatever. The idea is that you really want to know who it is that you're speaking to. Okay. And you can do that in so many different ways. I'm not going to be breaking down too much of buyer persona, but if you're starting a business, like you just have to have this. Okay. And these are different ways that you can represent your buyer persona. Okay. So let me know in the comments if you guys feel like you're confident in your buyer persona. And when I say buyer persona, I'm not just talking about the basics like age, gender, demographic, location, things like that. I'm talking about like who exactly, like how does she shop? What does she wear? What does he wear? What colors do they like? What's their lifestyle? What are their hobbies? What are their interests? What are their favorite shows? What are their favorite foods? Like all kinds of things that you literally like a dating profile. Honestly, like a dating profile, excuse me. Get to know them because this is how they open up their wallets and give you their coins. Okay. The more you know about them, the more they feel seen, and then the more you can translate how your brand is going to elevate their experience, whether it be a product or a service. That's like the marriage right there. So ways that you can do your buyer persona. I have my buyer persona in two different ways. I have a visual, well, three. I have a visual collage, so kind of like this first example here on the left, because because Instagram is a this is not my example, this is an example that I took, but because Instagram is a visual sharing app, it is, you do want to create some sort of cohesion through like the use of colors and things like that, and symmetry, similar fonts, right? But with a kind of mood board style, it kind of also, if I kind of put the color, the tone, the vibe, it also helps paint an idea on how my content will come out as well. So sometimes I like to have this visual, and then I may have like a little story attached to it. So like for example, this one says like the addict, she's someone that's always into the latest trends, always, in the know, always on the gossip sites, right? So that's really good to know because then you maybe might be somebody that needs to jump on the reels, right? Or the latest trends because that's what your follower likes. Or you can maybe, Yafa. Or you can maybe promote your business in some of the gossip sites. Okay. So that's why these little details are important. And then I use this app called Milanote, Milanote. And I make these little buyer persona breakdowns. So I kind of go through like their bio, their goals, their needs, their pain points, just really continue to break them down and like their different brands and stuff that they may like. And then lastly, I have just a real technical write-up. Okay. So these are also good if you have different types of people on your team that have different styles of visuals. So some people might be more visual, some people just might need to like read something. So this is very helpful too. So I can have like an in-depth write-up as well. Okay. So then after I identify my buyer persona, all right, let me know if that makes sense too as well. Having the understanding of who your buyer is so that you are able to sell to them in a way that is more effortless, okay? Because you understand who they are and how your brand can support them, okay? And then sorry, I got distracted. Um so then what I do after that is I use this is my secret to selling without being sold to. Okay. It's buyer surveys and selling outlines. All right. So let's talk about a selling outline really quick. Okay. When it comes to sales, we, as people, make decisions most of the time based off of emotions and then we move to logic. Okay. Now, you may have heard that before, but then the question is, well, like, how the heck do I actually, no, mom, do not call me in the middle of a live. Oops, sorry. Um, and so the question is, how do you actually do that? Also, let me know if you guys can still hear me because, my mom out here calling me. Okay, cool. She can hear me. Okay. Um, she wants me to come pick up some mandu, but I'm not coming. So we, how do you actually apply that concept? Right? People are like, yeah, I know people, we buy emotionally and we buy logically. How do you actually apply that? And you do that with selling outlines. Okay. So I'm going to show you what a selling outline looks like in the next slide because the selling outline is going to fill out all of like the thought process that someone goes to make in order to make a purchase. The selling outline is going to fill all of that out. So then when you're creating your content, your captions, your sales pages, your emails, whatever, you're just literally using your sales outline And that's why you're wondering, like, holy crap, why are this like, why are sales coming in so easily? So buyer surveys are a way to help you speak your customer's language, literally. So what that means is that you can create a selling outline and use a buyer survey to have your audience actually fill out the questions so that they're going to literally fill out the selling outline for you, basically. So what you have to do though is ask the right questions to get specific answers, okay? And because the key then is based on those answers that you get, you plug it into the selling outline. And again, it can be used for everything. So I'm going to show you this in a little example. So selling outlines can be applied in many different ways. Okay. This is just one. There's so many different selling formats. The whole point is that as long as you are moving them from an emotional based journey on how your product can help them to then the logic of it was like, okay, well, like, I see the value in this, like the price is good, then I'm going to purchase it. That's really all a selling outline is going to do. So this is actually a good example because this is for a product and not a service. So generally speaking, again, a selling outline moves someone from emotion to logic. So it literally is answering, like when someone's in the shop in the store and they're looking at things in Target, like we're going through a mental process in our head. Okay. Like when we're shopping online, we're going through, sorry, let me drink some water really quick. A sales process in our head. And this is generally what the sales process is. Okay. So first you want to start off with like, who is this for? And that just goes back to your buyer persona. Okay. Then the second thing that you want to answer is what is their desire? What is their transformation? Or you can even call it a big promise. Like what do they want? All right. In this example, um, you know, I'm doing a skincare example for busy moms. So smooth and clear skin that looks refreshed without makeup. Like that's exactly what they want. Or how to create content in 30 days of content in 15 minutes or less. Or how to master your mindset without having to say 10,000 affirmations. Like, what is that transformation? Okay. Because when they have that problem, they're going to go around searching for the answer. Okay. And that's where your product comes in. Then you have something like a big lie or something like that. And generally speaking, it's like the misconception that people have around achieving the results of this transformation. So, for mindset, like, well, you won't be able to achieve the mindset if you don't, focus on your subconscious mind by doing 10,000 affirmations a day. Or you need fancy, expensive skincare products and if you want to look refreshed without makeup. Or you're going to have to hire a graphic designer if you want to actually have good content, right? Because that's in their mind that's kind of what they're like. If you think about like the advice that maybe not a good friend, or I don't even say not a good friend, but like terrible advice you may get, that's usually the big lie. Okay. And then what's the new truth? The new truth basically is like, you know, well, this is actually like, yeah, the big lie is what you've heard, but it doesn't actually have to really be that way. So actually, no, you don't really need fancy skincare, expensive skincare products. Less actually is more. Actually, no, you probably don't even need to repeat affirmations if you don't want to, in order to reprogram your subconscious mind. Actually, there are so many free tools out there that can help you turn and create high value content without hiring a graphic designer. Okay. So you're answering these questions. Then the next thing is some kind of story. Okay. Because we like stories. Everything needs to be bundled up in a story because with a story, people can relate. Right. So usually this epiphany story is kind of maybe telling your story a little bit because then instead of saying to someone like, I don't know, let's say for example, like, you're a tired, worn out mom that has terrible skin. How are you know what I'm saying? Like people are gonna feel attacked. So instead you can be like, hey, I'm a busy mom and I did not want to give up, freaking my mom, like me, my life. Like I'm a mom, I'm a wife, I'm a daughter, I'm a sister, but I'm also me too. And I needed to find a way that's going to fit with my, new responsibilities that I can still take care of myself. And that's how I discovered how less is more, like whatever the story is, right? So now that you're telling this story, people aren't feeling attacked and they're more so like, oh, I can relate to her. Because at the end of the day, we're still on the emotions part. We want to connect and we want to relate. Okay. Then the next part, again, keep in mind this selling outline, you can have it however you want, but we're going through the emotional journey on how people make purchase decisions. Okay. So usually the next thing is kind of what's the old way. So what was the old product that supported the big lie? So back in, we say that the big lie is fancy, expensive skincare products. Most of the time, those are like 7-step skincare systems, right? Where you're like, if I'm a busy mom, I don't even have time to put on lotion. So, like, what the heck? I'm not going to be using like 7 products, toner, essence, water, like ampule. Like, I don't even know what these things are for. Then the jade roller, like, this is too much. So that old method is, basically supporting the big lie. Or, oh my gosh, like, I don't really like doing mirror work and standing in the mirror all day saying these affirmations. Or, oh my gosh, like the old method is like, I got to post content like 3 times a day, every single day. Like I can barely, like, so what is that old method? Then these are the 2 most important things because this is really what's going to close your sale. And it's the internal excuse, which is basically what do they feel like is intrinsically wrong with them that they can't achieve this. And it could be like, I just don't feel like I have the time, which basically, in essence, is saying that they're not prioritizing themselves. So they don't see themselves as a priority anymore. Um, I can't, reprogram my mind. It's really hard. Like it's hard to meditate. So it's hard to get my mind and say affirmations in the right space to, redo my subconscious. Like content is just hard. I can't do it. Like just straight up. Right. And then what's the external excuse, which is something that's outside of them that's preventing them from succeeding. So let's say with content, well, it doesn't matter. I make content, but nobody's going to engage, or, the algorithm isn't going to show my content anyway. So what's the point? Right. So that's something that they can't control that's stopping them. Um, or you can say like, well, my skin is damaged from the sun, so it's going to be very expensive anyway. So I'm not going to be able to, fix it. I'm at this point where, it doesn't matter anymore. Or, I live in a busy house, so I'm not going to find time to meditate. So whatever, right? And then you enter in your offer, right? Which is your solution. But these are the steps that people take to make a purchase decision. And you can literally put them in different outlines. Okay. So this is one outline. I have other outlines where maybe you have like a big promise, a story, you teach them something, then you have an urgent call to action, whatever the case is. But when you know how to make these selling outlines, which basically support the logic of, the understanding that people are, we purchase based on emotions, then logic, this is how you're easily going to sell. So then your question is, all right, well, if I have a selling outline, again, how do I get the answers? And that's with the surveys. Okay. So the surveys should have questions that help you learn more about your audience. Okay. And fill in that outline. So all of these sections of your outline, you can ask a specific question and your audience is going to give you the answers to that. Then the hack is that you literally use the same language and words that they have from the survey results, like literally the results that they post in your survey, and use that in your caption, your sales copy, your content strategy. Like this strategy is literally so powerful. And I literally proved it when I made this Instagram page last night, because there's no way I would have made like 2 grand off of people that don't even really know me. I mean, like I said, I know my stuff is good, and I know that whoever gives me $1 is going to get results, but you still have to get people to know, like, and trust you. And this is the fastest way to do that. Okay. So let me know if that makes sense before I move forward. Exactly. So crypto, everyone just wants to learn themselves. So if you have that selling outline and you go through all these things, well, is crypto, like some external excuse people might have is crypto is a scam or this or that, right? And you can fill all those things out. That way you literally have your blueprint for all your captions, your lead magnets, your content, your sales pages, everything. Okay. Even like your scripts. And so the question that you may ask is, well, how do I get people to fill out my buyer survey? Very easy. You can go into free Facebook groups. You can drop it in there for people to fill it out. If you already have an email list or audience, you can get people to fill it out. Just kind of go places where your audience is. Again, remember figuring out who that audience member is, and have at least like 20 to 50 people fill it out. Okay. And if you really can't get people to fill it out, then maybe you can like host a contest where like you can give away like a $25 Amazon gift card for someone who, a random winner. If they fill, they'll be entered in to win if they fill it out. Okay. But it's very easy to do. And I'm telling you, like, I will literally copy and paste the words that they put and then put it in an email. And then people are just like, holy crap, like, how is she talking to me? And they just buy. Okay. And not only that, this literally works for everything. So if someone doesn't buy from me, then I also use my didn't buy survey. So then I'm like, why didn't you buy? And I have my specific questions to get my specific answers. So then I can go back to the drawing board, right, with my strategy and do it again and optimize and get better and work towards increasing my conversions. Okay. So again, this is everything that I did before I actually set up my page. Because if you do all of this right, this is literally, I've literally had like 50 followers, and then I saw my Slack notification go off and it was like 397. And I was like, who the heck bought? And then I saw these DMs and they're like, hey, I want to sign up. And like I didn't answer. And like pretty much they're like, fuck it, I'm gonna sign up. And I just signed up. And I'm like, so I literally just promoted this 20 minutes ago. I'm freaking still sitting in my pajamas in my bed trying to get this rest of this content up. Um, I'm doing this I'm not doing it willy-nilly in the sense of I am following my formula, but I haven't actually like put my strategy together. I just wanted to put a page up, and I knew the most important things the page needed to have in order for me to start growing it. And I just wasn't expecting the results to be this fast. Okay. But it is because of everything that I just talked about, is that I know who my buyer is. I do my selling outlines, which again goes through the ways that people make purchase decisions. Okay. And I fill all of that out, and I make sure that in my copy, in the caption that I post, anything that has to do with something that they have to consume or read, whatever that high value content is, they're going to get that survey outline in that buyer outline in some shape or form, so that it's just this bubble of them feeling like they're being seen. And so if they read this, they feel like they're being seen. If they look at this, they feel like they're being seen. So it's just a bubble that they can't escape from. Okay. Because with our business, we have to focus on the 20% that matters, and it's getting to the cash fast. And that includes finding a high, a high value target or traffic source. Okay. So being able to get your audience in, and content that makes sense. Okay. And which basically that's where your outline is, right? Content that appeals to them. Because again, it's not about like, if you look at my feed, like it's really honestly, I'm a little embarrassed by it, because I was like, usually I kind of have some time to brand it, but I was like, fuck it. Like at this point, it's about quality over quantity. So as long as I don't have any like degraded graphics, they're gonna get this like content, and it works. And then of course a sales pipelines, like a sales page, something they can check out or whatever the case is. Okay. So I'm telling you, if there's anything that you could ever do to grow your business, please use buyer surveys, not only to figure out how to sell to your customer, right, using their own language, but figuring out why your sales aren't working either. Like if you have like hundreds of people coming to your shop and no one's buying, you better put that survey up and figure out why people aren't buying. Maybe they don't understand, So we're going to talk about some selling mistakes in a little bit. Okay. Um, and yeah, so your product might not have a problem solving decision, but like I mentioned, you can appropriate this for different things. Like let's say you are e-commerce, or um, um, what does the clothes make someone feel? Like if you look at Lush, I think it's Lush Cosmetics. I don't know what they call themselves, the bath bomb company, right? They know that their products are meant for as gifts, or that people give to friends, or self-care items. So if you look at a lot of their content has gift guides: how to shop for Mother's Day, how to shop for your best friend, how to shop for yourself. self-care pamper night with you and your besties. They know the experience that your product is going to have. So if you're not solving a direct problem, then generally speaking, you're providing some sort of transformation. Still, that's why I say it's either transformation or problem and experience. So again, with fashion, people are looking for that New Year's Eve dress or Sunday best dress, right? Or Sunday brunch dress. Somebody's looking for that statement jewelry, that statement earring. So you have to think about what transformation someone is trying to have. Okay. So then back to that's the targeting. All right. So selling outline, buyer surveys, boop de boop. Oh yeah, let me also go over the mistakes really quick. Is that where I said I wanted to do that? Yes. So certain mistakes, if you're not making sales, is I'm telling you, do this survey. If there's anything else that you could do, create a selling outline and do a survey. Okay. Survey as to who your buyers are and a didn't buy survey. So here's 8 mistakes that may cost you. Okay. And what did I write here? Oh, yeah. So, one, again, sometimes you're not providing enough information about your product. Okay. So they don't really know what it is. All right. Um, you're not explaining it well enough. Next thing, but you're also not explaining the most important things about it. The next thing is not understanding your customer's needs. Okay. So again, talk to your customer, get to know them, learn about them. What are they looking for in life? Okay. Um, not personalizing your offer to match your audience. All right. So that's again why I say these surveys and these outlines make someone feel like they need this offer. This is what you call literally a ready to buy, attracting ready to buy followers and making your sale a no-brainer. Like, when I say when someone gets to checkout, they shouldn't even not so not only should they not even have any questions, but their questions should be so simple as in like, when does it start? What colors do you have? Do you see what I'm saying? Very, very simple. Not like, is it gonna work for me? Or like, I don't know. Like you're not trying to convince someone. Basically, they're ready to buy. Okay. Um, so not highlighting the benefits of your product. So again, what the product is going to do for them? How is this going to change their lives? But again, that selling outline goes through those psychological questions. Okay. Also, if you do have this, missing any of the questions being asked by your customers. So if I notice a lot of questions coming up, then I know that somewhere in my pipeline, I'm not answering that. So I need to go and figure out where the best place is to put that so that one, they're not even coming to me anymore to ask. So that's going to get them to the sale faster. So that's important too. Um, over promising and under delivering. So obviously, make sure you have quality stuff, like no boo boo things. Okay. And then not highlighting what their challenges are, right? So maybe sometimes if it's like fashion, some people sometimes like finding clothes that's not too expensive, but also have great quality, making sure that they find yoga pants that fit well. Um, what are things that they may be struggling with, and again, a lot of these things you can find out from the survey. All right. And so Kimberly says that she sells gourmet custom chocolate pretzels. So you also have to understand the niche of the business that you're in. You're in a novelty business in the sense of it's not something that people need. Okay. So that if it's not something that people need, then you're going to have to sell experiences. All right. So you're going to be selling gifts. Like this is a custom gift that you can get for someone. This is something that you can give to your favorite chocolate lover to make them feel special. So you're going to have to be selling gifts and you're going to be selling moments. Okay. So the next thing is, now that you understand the basis of what I did before I started the page, let's just get into what I actually did on the page itself. Okay. So basically, I was like, all right, cool. This is all the things that the profile needed in order to, establish that trust. Okay. When people came to the profile, they needed to trust me quickly. And these are the key elements of the things you need to have. All right. Okay. So you need to have a clear, crisp logo. Okay. Your logo needs to make sense. I'm trying to like zoom this in a little bit. Oop. Okay, cool. Yeah, your logo, actually, you know what? I can like show you here. Your logo needs to make sense. So I actually tested out a few different variations of the logo. At first it was like red font and you couldn't really see it. Then it was like black and it was like kind of boring. And so then I was just like, okay, cool. we're going to kind of do this like really fun color theme or whatever. So I'm not going to go into too much detail into the branding and stuff like that. Cause yeah, I'm not teaching that. But you need a clear logo. Okay. I cannot tell you how many times I see photos, people's profiles where the logo is like cut off or like you can't even see it or it's like great. I'm like, come on, man. Like, would you shop from this page? Like, this is exactly why people are running from your page. Okay. So then the next thing is, of course, a clean username. Try not to have like dots or things like underscores and stuff like that if you can help it, because it is just an extra thing that someone has to type and they may not remember, and it might be a little bit harder for them to find. So if you can avoid those things, that would be the most ideal. Okay. And then you have your name. So the name category. So I probably am going to change this. So I have it as the IG Academy with our Apple, because the Apple is kind of like part of our little trademark and our favicon and stuff like that. But this is actually a space that Instagram uses for keyword search, which basically means that someone can find you. So I might change it to like Instagram marketing or something more keyword friendly, so that I can appear more in the search terms, since you can see the IG Academy in the logo. And then, of course, you want to pick a category, because if you were a business, Instagram will recommend and refer you. Okay. So don't sleep on that free organic engagement. Then the next thing is that your description. Okay. So keep in mind your bio is fluid. Your bio can change. All right. But right now, when I made this page, I had one objective. Okay. And that is to get people to my webinar. I want them to watch my webinar so that they can sign up to my course. Okay. That's the only purpose that this bio serves. So I don't need to have all this extra doodad up in here. Like, it just needs to have one purpose: grow 1,000 followers in 10 days, turn them paying customers that have been posting content, and do it for the gram 24/7. Click the link in the bio. Clean free bio growth lesson. Okay. Clean link in bio. If you do have a lot of things going on and you're not really necessarily like focused on driving anybody to one certain thing, then you can use like link sharing, multi-link tools, things like that. But again, right now, one focus: get them to the webinar. All right. And then I had a little personality. I added my Instagram name, right? So kind of they know who owns it, who's the face behind it. Even though this is a brand, I do want them to also get to know me as well. And then I don't have it up here, but I did add it. I do have a location tag. That's also great too, because Instagram will refer you. So again, if these tiny little details, if Instagram's going to go ahead and like show you off for free, then why not do it? Okay. And then of course, a contact option. I see a lot of you put your email in the bio. That is, again, a waste of space. Put that little button right there, because it's gonna open up someone's email automatically, and then they're gonna email you very quickly. Okay, so super easy. So I was like, okay, boom, I got all these elements. And then lastly, your highlights. People are missing their highlights. Okay, your highlights are gold. Like I mentioned, if someone's gonna if your bio and everything like really on point makes sense, then they're gonna spend time going through your highlights. And then they're going to spend time going through your content. That's just kind of the natural way that most people move on Instagram. So different things you can do: FAQs, about us, behind the scene, any sales, shipping, new arrivals coming soon, list of your products, reviews, testimonials, all that. Okay. So for me, I chose what I thought, again, were the most important. So I have the F2S coaching, so the follower to sales coaching. So of course, like I said, like the whole point of this Instagram page for me is to get people to my coaching. So I'm going to have a highlight for that. Then I'm going to have reviews. All right. Because people want social proof. They love to see that other people are using it, and it's just going to help them feel more confident in their purchase. Then I also have results, because the results are basically, what people have achieved. Okay. Reviews are a little bit different. Reviews are just people like, singing your good graces, and the results are actually like that what people want, right? The transformations that people are seeking. Then I have my freebies, because if you have your freebies up in the highlights, then people that are coming to your page will click that and they'll DM you because they want access to your freebies. So that's a way that you can keep your content evergreen and not have to be, stuffed with all these posts that people aren't seeing, but also like having to post stories all the time, so that if people are looking at your freebies and they're like, oh my gosh, I need this, right? And then the your bio is basically me, um, so that people can get to know me, see who I am. Basically, that's what that highlight is for. And then the last thing I also like to talk about is mindset. Mindset really comes with everything in life. It's very huge and it's very important to me. So I have a highlight for that as well. Okay. So these are the most important things that you need to have when you set up your profile. Okay. Just loop all of that. That's exactly what it needs to look like. You don't need to get like it, and do not have like the highlights not have a title. It's literally so easy to go and click highlights and add a title to it. Okay. Don't have it say like highlights, highlights, highlights. Like it just looks like you don't care. And also, it's like, don't even get complicated with the covers. Like, I started getting all complicated yesterday and I was trying to do all these like fancy cover graphics. And I just was like, Terry, you're doing too much. Like, just freaking put your like brand colors in there and call it a day. And it just works out. So I was like, okay, less is more. Keep it simple. All right. So let's recap before we get to the last part. So we talked about what I did before, right? Understanding my buyer, using buyer selling outlines and buyer surveys to just really nail my overall strategy for my business, especially in terms of sales. So that helps with my content, my captions, everything, my lead magnets, my sales pages, everything. And how to set up my profile. We talked about how to set up your profile so that it's the most cohesive. And then now we're going to just touch on my content. Okay. So, like, this content was literally so easy. But again, I'm telling you, it is so easy because I have my selling outline. Okay. So, again, when you start your page, you have to have your objective. What is your page here to do? My sole purpose of this page is to get people into my coaching. And the way that they get into my coaching is by watching my webinar. Okay. That is my sole page's purpose. It's not meant to do anything else. Okay. We have the little fun, fun things like I'm going to go back and I'm going to make a full strategy. We're going to have entertaining content. We're going to have all those other things, but I have one goal and one objective for this page. So if that's the case, then I have a selling outline specifically to sell my followers to sales course. So then I know what type of content needs to be on this page in order for people to purchase. Okay. So let me see what's going on here. Okay, cool. So let's actually just go into it really quick. Okay. So again, like I mentioned, your top 9 needs to be like hitting. Okay. They need to see it and it needs to make sense. Like, I can't tell you how many profiles I've seen where like they'll have a video and it won't have a cover. So it's just like this blank image. Like, come on, guys. Like, would you buy from yourself? Like, I would buy from me. I really like a lot of things that I create. And I'm like, Terry, this is a really good job. Like, like I would buy from myself. And there are moments where I'm like, girl, you got to take this down because like this is a crime. Like, so come on, got to be honest with ourselves. So let's back it up. I only have 10 posts, okay? And this is really all I needed. So I had I had a strategy, okay? Let me kind of see if I can zoom out real quick. Okay, cool. So again, I'm going to go back and I'm going to put together like I said, I threw this up at like 10 o'clock last night. I wasn't expecting any of these results. So there is a protocol, there's a plan, that I do follow where I like to go through like, okay, what are my content pillars? How do I actually plug my selling outline into my content pillars? What are my 3 themes? I like to do all of that. But again, I just knew at the time, I was like, none of that shit matters right now. I gotta focus on the 20% that does get people into my course or get them on my waiting list. Okay. For when the course drops the next time. And in the meantime, if they're on my waiting list, continue to provide them value so that they're being nurtured so that by the time that waiting list opens, they're ready to buy. Okay. So in order for me to do that, I understood from my selling outline. Well, they need to know me, they need to like me, and they need to trust me. So I was like, okay, I'm going to do 3 types of posts. Um, lifestyle, I guess say, which shows me, right? So they want to know who they're talking to, right? They want to see a face, they want to relate. I'm going to kind of do some fun stuff. So like maybe memes or content that's focused on the you, so providing them value, giving them stuff. Okay. So, and then the third content would be like lead magnets, things like I said, that's specifically going to force them in, like, oh, I'm sorry, results. I'm sorry, results. Because then the results are going to speak for themselves and they're gonna be like, holy crap, how'd you do this? Okay, boom. All right. So you can see that here in this post right here with this little video of me, this peace sign and this donut, those are me. Okay. So visually, those are me. All right. Um, and then results. So the 21% engagement I got for a client, some of the results I got for a client on their insights on their back end. And then this one is a carousel. So when you swipe it, it's a screenshot of my client's PayPal screen. Okay, so results. And then also too, this one is me. And then I kind of just wanted some random fun engagement post, which kind of gets people talking, but necessarily, but that is still focused around like business and Instagram and entrepreneurship. So memes, different questions, things like that I can ask them. And then just kind of updates as well. Okay. So very quick. All right. But I knew that all of this is designed to get them to the webinar. Okay. So again, I knew that from my selling outline. All right. So that's my quick content. But again, this isn't pretty. Like this isn't like, oh my gosh, this is like a really beautiful branded feed. Like honestly, like I said, I was like, this is not my best work. Like I have a background in graphic design. Okay, like I do Photoshop. Like I was a photographer. Like I don't even want to bust out my vegan food blog. Actually, I feel like I want to, but I can't because I don't know I sold it, but I don't know the link to my old pages. But I was a photographer, okay? So this doesn't make me feel like confident, but like I said, it doesn't really matter. So as long as I didn't post like grainy photos where it's like, come on, guys, like this photo is pixelated, you can't even see it, right? So as long as I knew that it had quality, then that was the point, okay? So now here's where the magic came in. Now, again, I'm not talking about branding and doing all that stuff, but I like to also write my captions in my voice. So here's a good tip that if you don't know how to write captions, because like, I don't know if you ever write something and then you go to like, I mean, you want to think about something to write and then you go to like write it out. It doesn't ever sound like, you're like, what the hell am I even saying? Like, why is this like, it's not making sense. So one of my hacks to be able to write a caption in my voice is any text to talk, anything. So if it's on my phone, I open up my notes and I put the little microphone. If it's in Google Docs, if you go to the tool section, they have a text to talk thing. So basically, I just say everything that I want to say, get it all out. And then I go back and, quote unquote, add proper English grammar. But the actual thought to writing at the same time and translating it into grammar is difficult, can be very difficult for most people. So copywriting can be very hard. So I've learned that text to talk allows me to get everything out. And then I'm like, okay, boom, that's what I wanted to say. And then I can go back and like make it, like I said, proper use of the English language. Okay, so that's a good fun hack. Okay, so basically, let's break down this caption strategy really quick. Because all right, so I got this little photo of me. This was at this little like social media thing. Okay, let me make this not so tiny anymore. This little social media pop-up thing in LA called Happy Place. It was really fun. Okay, so if you read this caption, I'm not gonna read like the whole thing because it's not gonna take up all that time. But sorry, I'm also at my sister's house still, and she got dogs, and they just be barking. Okay, just DeBarcus and Barkeisha and just all of them. Okay, and they just be going crazy, and they just like don't stop. Oh my god. All right, so caption. My caption follows, generally speaking, the formula, right? So in this caption, I just really wanted to just basically state like, hey, welcome to the IG Academy. Who is it here? Like, why did I create this space? Okay. So it kind of is a little bit of a teaser, right? So like, how do you actually learn to grow on Instagram without having to do it for the gram 24/7? So that's kind of like that quote unquote transformation. Kind of had a little bit of story here. They're like, holy shit, this happy little girl on this donut, she had 80K debt. Like, oh my gosh. What the heck? And then I just have like a little statement. So like if you're here for a good time, not a long time, that's okay. Enjoy the freebies in post. But if you're here, to open the floodgates of abundance, tag me in. Now, here's where some of the secret sauce comes. A double call to action. Okay. A call to action, basically, you getting people to take action. Okay. See, shout out Jada. So Jada's in the program, guys, and she is one of the people that joined today. So there's gonna be a replay. So double call to action, guys. Okay. Double call to action serves two purposes. All right. And the first one, a call to action basically is you just telling your followers to do something. Okay. Um, Whatever, shop now, tag a friend, leave a comment, like, share, whatever. But in these posts, I like to do double call to actions because you have one or two people, someone that's ready to buy and someone's not ready to buy right now. But with the way the algorithm works, I need this post to eventually be on and popping and all my posts to be on and popping. So you see here, I have my first call to action. Comment below your business IG or tag friends business so I can get to know you. So it is a call to action that, of course, they would love to do, right? People want to promote, they want to show their business, they want to support a friend. It's very easy to do, but it's about them. Okay. And this is to get engagement up. This is to make this post go higher. Okay. But this is just going to be a strategy you're going to want to be incorporating. Then I have for the people that are ready to buy is want to see how my team and I can help you. Slide a text in my DMs and let's chat to see if we're a good fit. So one, this is kind of like a passive sale. Okay. It's not like, come on, let's like buy and shop now. Right. So they don't feel sold to. But if you kind of read like this whole caption, it really just has like a cool laid back flow. And again, I have kind of like my little subtle details, right, of the transformation that people are seeking, but also it's kind of like, hey, girl, pressure. So then what happens? I have a lot of 10Xs right now in my DMs. Like I said, I have like over 300, almost like at 400 at this point that I need to go through of people that want to see if they're a good fit. Because personally, I don't also like to take everyone in my program because if your mindset isn't in the right space, then there might be someone, I might have other resources for you, other places that could be a better fit. But this is what you call the double caption, double call to action, okay, in a post. So what's going to happen is that you're going to get people that are going to start to drop their comments, their links. And if they tag a friend's business, even great, right? So that's more eyes, more eyeballs. And then, of course, you're going to get a DM. So then the algorithm loves this because they're like, holy crap, like they just followed her. They saw this post. They're DMing her. Like, this is liquid gold, guys. Okay. This is content gold. Okay. So go to that post and study that caption. All right. And let me just break down a few more. So this one was very simple, kind of like, a very simple caption breakdown, but again, it follows a formula. So something that people want, right? How to fix their engagement, something that people are trying to achieve, master the algorithm, right? Here are the results. And guess what? We haven't even posted since August. Okay. So I jotted down the most important steps I took to do this and the biggest mistakes, right? People are like, holy crap, like I want those steps. And like, what are those mistakes? Who wants access to this free training? Okay. So me, right? So boom, 19 hours ago, already getting engagement. I used to also have people sharing this post to me and asking for the training. Okay. So I actually encourage you guys to go through and look at these captions because this is how I put the selling outline in essence. Okay. I'm not gonna read that one. Okay, so let's see here. This one's just kind of like a post on like, why my coaching is different. This is kind of how this one's a post on how Instagram made me a millionaire. This one is just kind of breaking down like customer results. This one is kind of what I call a soft sell. So people are like, oh my gosh, that's amazing. I have people DM me this post too as well. So it's like, who's in the mood for a 50K launch? That's exactly what Girls Working did. They sold out in less than 2 weeks and didn't even build a course yet. I think they had like over 1,000 people sign up to their course, and literally, like, the reviews are crazy. I literally have a folder of like hundreds of reviews, because this is crazy. Like, when I can't even talk about it, but it's crazy. Like, sell your course. So I say here, the question is, do you think it's better to sell the course first or create it? Drop a comment and let me know. So it's kind of like a passive sale, because I ended up getting a DM saying like, how do they do that? I want to do that too. So even though I wasn't directly selling, again, these are things I know people want, right? I know people want to sell at their launch. I know that they want to figure out how to sell without being salesy. So when I have that selling outline, it makes it easy for me to just like go get this little picture of money, put the word mood on it, and then get a screenshot. Do you see how easy this content was to create? And then of course this one just cracks me up. So it's just like really, really funny, um, and business related. But I mean, yeah, this is we'll be doing all these things. Okay, you got to make it do to do. And then I'm testing out different reels. So that's pretty much it, guys. Okay, so in a nutshell, in a summary, to sum this all up, and the replay, Jada, is going to be available right after the live is over. So again, I know who my buyer is. I know what he or she looks like. And I know the multiple different she's that she looks like. Okay. I know where to go find her, how to find her, where she's hanging out. I know how to promote to her. And this is because I have buyer persona write-ups, I have collages, I have breakdowns, right? And how I filled all of those out was because I go and I survey people. Okay, like if you see my Google Drive, it's literally filled with survey questions. Because anything I need to know, I'm going to go survey. I'm going to ask my customers to tell me. Then I ask my customers to tell me how to sell my product to them. So then not only do I have a buyer persona survey just to figure out who my buyers are, right? I also have a survey that then tells me how to sell to my buyers for my specific product. So then I create from that survey a selling outline that again takes someone from the emotional things they're going to think of for when they create or want to buy your product to the live. So if you're thinking about this and you're like, how do I create my own selling outline? Just think about the questions that someone's going to have when they come to your product. Like, well, is this chocolate gluten free? Is it good for me? How long is it going to last? Is it going to be stale? How fast is it going to ship? Right? What's the material of this workout pants? Is this going to be good? Is it going to be breathable? Right? Well, how long is this course? Is this, you know what I'm saying? Like, ask those questions that you think people are going to have, because that's how you're going to figure out what your selling outline is, and then group that together based on emotions first, with all the emotional stuff first and the logic stuff later. Because I promise you, when you do this correctly, there's their logic is basically going to be like, if they can't afford it, they're going to figure out a way to afford it. Okay. Like if you see those things where people are like, I went and got a second credit card or a random credit card, or I just like made my bank account negative because I knew I had to have this and I knew this was my answer. Like that's how you get those people. I mean, obviously, like you don't want people to be in that situation, but it's like, Yafa. But what does it take for someone to pull that trigger? Or in a market where you have e-commerce products and things are very saturated, what makes you stand out, right? If you're a lash business, a lot of people don't know how to put on lashes. So like maybe there's a lash quiz, maybe there's a lash tutorial. Buying hair. People don't know how to really know how to buy, but they want to get into it, right? So you got to think about your buyers. You have the newbie buyers for buying hair, then you have the experienced buyers for buying hair, right? Candles. What kind of experiences do candles provide? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I love having like good smells when I'm working, right? So like sell me as an entrepreneur where I'm just like, like, yeah, girl, I know I don't need this candle, but like hashtag treat yourself. So like I'm gonna buy this candle. You know what I'm saying? So like really start to get to like, just like you would get to know. I'm telling you, like it's like dating. How you would spend all this time trying to get to know somebody, right? And you watch them and you want to know their little quirks and what they like so that you can surprise them and all these little things. Do the same thing for your business. and for your customers. Get to know them. What do they like? Get to know your product. Like, how does your product, take care of your audience? And then with the selling outline, literally, you just plug in how your product meets all those needs and you have content for days. Because when you have a list of content for days, it's very easy to come up with the visuals. Most people work backwards and they're trying to figure out, like, well, what kind of visual feed should I create? That's not important. The most important thing is, how does your product solve or create a transformation in someone's life? And then fill out all the list. And you'll literally have a list of things. And then it's going to be easy to be like, oh, a how-to tutorial. Oh, an infographic. Oh, let me do my Friday night haul. Like I don't know if you guys be seeing it, but and some of these Facebook groups, especially for you fashion people, these people be hawking their stuff like QVC, and maybe like 1,000 people on the live, and she'd be like, all right, so now we have this chunky bracelet with that's gonna be paired with the sweater, and she'd be like, sold, and like people would just be buying it, and I'm like, I am sitting there and I'm literally so shocked. Because the first one, I'm like, how this stuff ain't even that cute, but whatever. Like, there's something for everybody. But I'm like, she just done sold a $50 like freaking bangle, hawking it on QVC Live, and these girls are out here 11 o'clock at night shopping. Like, you have to know when you have this selling outline, all this sales strategy, content, all that stuff becomes fun because you literally have a list of things of how your customers are telling you how they want you to sell to them, and then you get that's where the creativity comes. But if you work backwards and you're all the creative stuff and there's no substance behind it, then it's not gonna matter. But because I know this, I can literally make a random post, like my post with my Bitmoji saying current mood has probably closed like 4 or 5 sales, not just from the Instagram, but like from posting in the Facebook group and on the Facebook page of people like, why is she so excited? Like, yeah, I want to be, but I know what to say now. And at this point, it becomes so effortless. I don't have to look at my sales outline anymore because like I just know now. Okay. And this is how that happens. Stop thinking of the creative stuff, get to the skeleton of it, and then use that as a list, as a tool to come up with your creativity for all the different things in your business. Okay. Your emails, content, captions, all of that. Okay. And then again, if someone doesn't buy from me, I send out a didn't buy survey that has specific questions that help me understand why they didn't buy. Then I know, you know, how I can continue to either support them and remarket them or go up back and clean up my sales funnel so that I can, increase my conversions. Okay. Then we talked about the bio. All right. So making sure your bio is just clean, clear, to the point, trustworthy, all the elements that it needs to have, a solid description that, points to a URL of where you want your followers to go, and a clear logo, clear highlights, right? And then again, content that serves the goal of whatever your page is designed for. Okay. And the first nine need to be the most impactful. Okay. And that is basically, everything that we talked about. If you're on the other live, the know, like, trust funnel flow, right? Again, you hear all these concepts of like, yeah, emotions to logic, know, like, trust. But then my freaking question always is like, how do you actually apply it? Okay. So that's exactly what happened yesterday. So after I had put my content together and like threw it up, so again, boom, my foundation was very irresistible. Okay, I made it good. Then I promoted the IG page in a few groups. I just dropped it in maybe like 10 groups last night. Woke up. I had my lead magnets, right? So again, I'm trying to get them to my webinar because that's going to convert my sales. I have my lead magnets in my content. I had my lead magnets in my story. And then, of course, I had it in my link in bio. Okay, boom. People engaged with it. They found it interesting. Again, like I mentioned, I still have so many DMs to respond to, but some of the people just took action by themselves and went and purchased. They opted in. So I've also collected emails. I've grown my email list and my site traffic. Literally, I think overnight, I've probably grown like 1,000 emails from this new lead magnet that I have. And then they didn't even, at this point, I didn't even have a tiny offer. Like usually I have a tiny offer to kind of warm them up. No, people were like, $9.97. Like tag me in. Okay. But actually I have the beta pricing. So you don't have to pay $9.97. You pay less than that. But yeah, Jada. So have to be with my content. But it's about again, it's working backwards from the beginning. It's about what is the intent of that content, right? Which is supposed to support the goal for your page, and using that selling outline to support, you know, the type of content that you're going to make. Okay, because then when you have the selling outline, it's literally going to be a list of all the type of content that you have to make. And then there's different things too, because I know that certain people have different strategies. So I do have some clients that, like probably you now, Jada, who do drops, so who only have specific collections. But it's kind of the same like me, where right now my enrollment is closed, but what I'm doing is I'm building up anticipation and relationships strategically. Okay. And like yesterday with my reels hack, like I didn't go and make a reel. I literally found a viral reel sound and used an old video that I had that worked perfectly. And I was like, oh, boom, there you go. Like, and I got so many interactions from the reel. So it's about being intentional, and that's what you're going to learn inside the coaching program. Okay, because it's not about just pumping out a bunch of content willy nilly. There's no point. When I'm telling you, if you've ever wanted to build a cult following and people that are like waiting to like know what you're going to do next, learn to speak your customer's language and use those selling outlines and buyer surveys. It's guaranteed that you're going to be successful when you do that. Okay. So that's it, guys. I honestly was going to tell you about the coaching program, but I really don't even care anymore. I'm just tired. So I'm going to literally skip to the slide at the end, because if you want to know about it, watch the other webinar, okay? I talk about it in the other webinar. I'm tired and I want to go eat some soup. So let me see here. Let me see here. Let me back it up real quick. So yeah, I'm gonna just go to the coach slide really quick. But yeah, if you want to know more about the coaching program and the actual details of it, then I will send you the other webinar, which you can watch, that breaks it down. But basically, I teach everything that I talked about today in the Followers to Sales course. Um, Again, it's closed for enrollment. Usually it's $9.97, but I am teaching a beta edition, which is everything that we talked about today and more. And we start on the 19th of January, so you have till the 18th to enroll. So you have two options. You can either pay $1 today and you won't get charged the full $4.97 until 24 hours after the first live. So it's basically try it before you buy it. So if you're like, ooh, I do not like any of this information, then after the first live, just send me a message and you won't get charged. You only just have spent $1. Or if you're like, yeah, I need to get these results, because yeah, I think we're sitting at about 2,000 just from the Instagram page alone. And I think, how many followers do we have now? 318. And that's within less than 24 hours, $2,000. Then yeah, this stuff works. Okay. Um, so then you can pay in full and you'll save an extra $100 and get it at $397. Plus, I'm going to give you all of the viral content templates. So it's going to be 8 months worth of content templates that are like specifically designed for sales, growth, engagement, and followers. So option one, or if you want to just, like I said, pay $1, $4.97 later. Or option two, if you want to save an extra $100 and also get the content kit. And then keep in mind, the program usually is $9.97, and I don't teach it live. So this is pretty crazy, but because I have some new material, I like to work with people when I'm teaching new stuff, just to make sure that they understand it and that they're actually getting results too, which is why I do beta edition. So I don't do this very often. And after that, it's back to $9.97 with the new material. So that's it, guys. Thanks so much. This was really fun. I'm really I really, really, really am excited for this course. I've been doing this. I don't know. I've been studying courses since 2019, and it's been a very long journey of like doing it for clients and then learning how to do it for myself. On top of personal things I had going on in my life, and so I'm at a point where I just feel really excited, and I feel like I've always felt like I had purpose because I do what I want, but I really feel excited about this, and I don't know, I'm excited. So hopefully I'll see you guys in the program. If you have any questions, let me know. But if not, I will keep this replay up so you can go back and watch it anytime. And yeah, if you have any friends, tell a friend. The more the merrier. Um, yeah. Yeah, Jada, girl, that's what well, let me go back to that little photo real quick. This is crazy. This is like how all these things, I got to create the content, be the marketer, graphic design. Like it's so overwhelming. But I would just honestly say focus on the 20% that matters. And it's getting to the sale. Okay. And we're going to simplify the marketing. I'm telling you, these selling outlines and buyer surveys, simplify your marketing so that you're literally like, it's going to make it so freaking easy. I promise you, it's going to be so easy. Like, yeah, I'm excited for you to experience how easy it's going to be. So don't even get so stressed at all. Okay. Like, you're going to figure it out and it's going to be yeah, girl, yeah, Bonita. Like you gotta do all the things. Put the event together, get the flyers out, promote the flyers, be the person on the corner spinning the sign. Like it's a lot. Okay. And yes, but I feel like once we can optimize that 20% and we're making money and we're creating systems that allow that money to flow, that is how you scale and build a business and you offload it to a assistant or a team member or whatever so that you can continue to grow and do things. But if we're doing all of these things and no money's coming in, it's not sustainable. And we as humans aren't sustainable. That's honestly the reason why I'm sick is because I'm got excited for 2022 and I was doing the most. And, I need to slow down and not burn myself out. So I have to also tell that to myself too, because I just get really eager and really excited. And I'm in a new business. So this is the first time that I'm in a coaching space. Usually I was a consultant. So I'd charge like 5, 10 grand and myself and my consultants would do the work for my client. So I'm not new to the space, but I'm new to this industry. And so I had to learn all this shit like myself brand new. I'm like, yeah, sales are gonna be easy. I've been growing pages. I grow celebrity pages. Like this is gonna be so fucking easy. And then it was like, nope. I even tried like giving away the shit and nobody wanted to buy it. And I was like, okay, there's something I'm missing here. And that's when I had to go and had to learn new things in a new space. But I said, okay, but I need to learn something because I want to make sure that whatever I learn, like no matter what business I have, like I'm going to be able to transfer this knowledge to anywhere. And that's kind of how I learned all these secret hacks. And literally, it's like, it would be crazy. Someone will sign up and never even meet me and spend $1,000. And I'm like, why? Like, thank you, but like, wow, this is cool. So it's been such a really cool journey for myself too. But I forgot what I watched the other day, but it said uh the fastest way to what you want is by slowing down. So slowing down and focusing on what matters and not getting distracted on all the fancy other shiny things. So that's it. Yeah, thank you, Wayne. I hope I feel better soon too. I'm gonna go make some soup, feed Yafa, take a shower, and wind it down. So yeah, guys, hopefully I'll see you guys inside the beta program. If you have any questions with what it's about, it's pretty much everything we went over today and then some. Then let me know. If not, I'm gonna end this here, and I'll leave this replay up for you guys to watch. And I always appreciate so much your time. Thanks so much, guys, for joining me. And those of you that are in the program, I'll see you guys soon. Okay. Happy Wednesday, guys. Oh, let me see if I have some comments from this side too. Make sure I didn't miss those. Okay, cool. All right, awesome. See you guys.